Our budget has been cut, which means we can only afford to give one teacher a raise.
This is ridiculous.
Now settle down, settle down. Now the teacher whose class performs best on the state literacy exam wins the raise.
Oh, give me a break. Why don't you just give the raise to Simone now, then?
Now, Grace, what is that supposed to mean?
It means she's got it a lot easier than the rest of us. Somehow she ended up with all the brainiacs in her.
That way. Maybe you just need to change up your lesson plans a bit.
Settle down. That's enough of that. This race is anyone's to win. So let's get out there and mold those minds.
Hey, I was serious earlier. If you feel like you're having trouble reaching your students, I'm more than happy to help with your lesson plans.
Okay, don't act like you're a better teacher than me.
Oh, I care about helping my students achieve as much as they possibly can while they're in my class.
God, do you ever stop with this Little Miss Perfect act?
Or coyote, or squirrel, or whatever goes past. It records it for us to watch later.
What is the coolest animal you've seen so far?
Definitely a bear.
Wow.
We need to be going over our math homework right now.
Nobody likes a teacher.
You need a lot more than that.
I'm nervous.
You are gonna do great, sweetie.
All right, everybody sit down. It's time for the state test. This test is a very big deal for me, okay? Now, I know most of you are not the brightest of bulbs, but today I need you to, well, just be better than you normally are, okay? Great.
Here's the Scantron machine to grade the state tests.
Let me guess, your perfect students did just great, didn't they?
We're not supposed to look, remember? It's unethical. We're just supposed to run the tests through the machine, seal them back in the envelope, and send them to Sacramento.
God, your whole act is so annoying. Wow, what a bunch of little morons. Just great. I have a good feeling about it.
Okay, settle down, settle down. It's time we find out which class performed best on the literacy exams and which teacher wins the raise. And the class with the highest score is Grace Lawson's 5th grade class.
Wow, really?
Congratulations, Grace. You win the raise.
Oh, I never doubted my little ankle biters.
Simone, could I have a word with you, please?
What's up, boss?
The only thing more surprising than Grace winning is how poorly your students did on the exams.
What do you mean?
Less than 3% of your kids passed. That's by far the lowest in the whole school.
Everything okay over here?
Yeah, everything's fine. Simone's kids surprisingly underperformed on the exams.
Oh, maybe you need to rethink your lesson plans. If you need any ideas, feel free to reach out.
Miss Green?
Surprise, surprise, you all did very well on your state test.
We did?
You sure did.
Miss Lawson, could I have a word with you, please?
Sure, what's up?
I think it's probably best if we speak in the hall.
So what's all this about?
Well, it's come to my attention that not only did you cheat on your students' exams, but you also altered Miss Green's exams and lowered her children's scores.
That's nuts, Jerry. I would never do anything like that.
Then how do you explain this?
I can explain that. That's...
Officer, arrest this
Wait,
woman.
arrest me? For what?
When you altered those scores, it was a crime. It says so right on the envelope.
Oh, come on.
Not only are you going to lose your teacher's license, but you're probably going to pay a hefty fine and maybe some jail time.
What?
I need you to come with me, miss.
No. You don't, no! It was her fault! She set me up, she framed me!
Why on earth would I frame you, Grace?
Because you wanted the raise, just like I did!
I told you before, I don't care about the raise. I never did. What I do care about is ensuring my students get the best possible education so they can build successful lives for themselves. And what you did nearly robbed them of that.
Give me a break, Simone. Nobody buys this goody-goody act.
You've just proven you have no business being a teacher. We don't do this for the glory or the money. We do this because we care about our students. Our job as teachers is to help our students achieve as much as they possibly can. I hope someday you realize that.
Get her out of here.
No!
Wow. Thank you all. Thank you all so much. While I am grateful for this award and what it symbolizes, I didn't do it alone.
Well, you truly are an inspiration to all of us. And as we ask all the winners of this award, who had the biggest impact on your life?
Wow. That's a good question. There was a time in my life when I had nothing. But if it wasn't for an exceptional act of kindness shown to me at a very low point in my life, I wouldn't be standing here today. All I wanted to do was achieve just enough so that I can be in a position to give back to others. And finally, repay back the debt that I owe to the man who changed my life.
Very good. This was a surprise. I expected more from you, Josh. You know, you need to pass this class to graduate from high school. You should take this seriously. How'd you get that bruise? All right, have a nice day, everyone. Julie?
Here.
Josh? Has anybody seen Josh today?
He wasn't in homeroom.
Maybe he moved.
Now, let's be nice.
It's not my fault he's such a loner.
Yeah, he's weird and kind of creepy.
What did I just say?
Mr. Perkins is better when he's not in class. He's such a freak.
Don't just sit there with that stupid look on your face. Oh, I get it. Oh, you think you're so smart than me, huh? Well, I got news for you, kiddo. You dumber than a bag of rocks. You ain't never gonna amount to nothing. You know why? 'Cause you's a loser! Only thing you good for is what? Sitting in my house, eating my food? See, not only you stupid, you're not even a real man. A real man would just sit there and take that. Unless you're a sissy. Are you a sissy? Huh? Is that what you are? You just gonna sit there with that stupid look in your face? Take it like a chump? Alright. If it's like that, get out. Get out of my house!
Josh. You okay? Hey, I'm sorry. I should have seen the signs sooner. I should have known what you were going through.
It's not your fault. It's just how life goes, so.
But it doesn't have to be like that. It shouldn't be like that.
Maybe. But it is.
This happen a lot?
3-4 times a week. I wind up on the streets until he sobers up. Then I'll apologize and he'll take me back.
And this happened the night before you got a D on that test?
Slept right there.
You know, I was actually stopping by to bring you something. You mind waiting here? I'll be back in 30 minutes.
Not going anywhere.
All right. You dropped this in class yesterday. Figured you want it back.
There's got to be a mistake. This is my wallet, but this isn't my cash or train ticket.
They're yours now. You know, no matter what your father tells you, you're not dumb. In fact, you might be the brightest student in my class.
No, that's not true.
It is. You know, there's nothing that you can't accomplish if you set your mind to it. You've just never had anybody in your corner that's believed in you before. Till now. It's your birthday today, right?
Yes. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I haven't celebrated since I was a kid.
Well, you're an adult now. Legally. Which means you don't have to stay here any longer. It is a chance for you to go off and start a new life for yourself.
I can't accept this.
Consider it a birthday present to make up for all your past birthdays, okay? It's my entire savings. It's $10,000.
No, I can't take your savings.
I insist. You take that money and you go make a new start for yourself. One without your father.
Why are you doing this for me, man?
Because everybody needs somebody who believes in them.
I'm gonna pay you back for this, Mr. Perkins. I swear I will.
You want to know the best way to pay me back? You go off and you create a life for yourself that's worth living. Become a successful man that I know that you are destined to be. Then we'll call it even. Get out of here. You're gonna be late. Train gets here in an hour.
Thanks again. Everything. I'm gonna make you proud one day.
I know that you will.
I did everything I could to live up to Mr. Perkins. I hope to return back to Los Angeles to share my successes with him, but sadly, Mr. Perkins, he passed away before I had a chance.
That was a tremendously moving story. I think I speak for everyone in this room when I say thank you for sharing that with us. But I also think I speak for everyone in this room because we were wondering, and if Mr. Perkins were here right now, what would you say to him?
I would tell him that his act of kindness changed not only my life, but my entire world. He showed me that no matter how dark things get, that there's still good people in this world. And for someone like me who grew up only knowing pain and fear, that I can learn that there's a light and there's kindness in this world, and that is a beautiful thing. And Mr. Perkins, he showed me that. Just wish I had a chance to tell him that myself.
Well, Josh, we have someone here who might be able to help with that.
Mr. Perkins? Well, you're alive?
Hi, Josh. Long time no see.
I thought that you were dead.
Nope. Still alive.
Thank you so much for everything you've done for me in the past years.
All I did was believe in you. You did everything else yourself.
Hey! Watch it! Get out of the way, old-timer!
Stop it, don't yell at him. He looks like he needs our help.
Our help? What? No way! Sydney, come on, we don't have time for this.
Matt, look at him. He's gonna get himself hurt if we don't do something.
I am looking at him, okay? All I see is an old man who's gonna make me late for class. And if I'm late, I can get the extra credit I need to pass. Think it through.
Okay, well, wasn't Professor Thompson's assignment to do something selfless for others and then present the results to class?
Yeah, and I'm already doing that by giving you a ride to class. Duh.
Sir, excuse me? Do you need some help?
Yes, I think I do. I can't seem to figure out where I was going.
Oh, it's okay. Look, we can help you figure it out, but let's just get you out of the street first, okay?
Okay, you got him out of the road. Now ditch the old geezer before we're late for class.
Matt, he's lost. Get out here and help us.
No chance. I'm not gonna be late for Thompson's class just because you want to play nurse to some geriatric. All right, last chance, Sid. You coming or not?
No, I'm gonna stay here with him until he's safe.
Have it your way then. Enjoy failing.
I cannot believe he just left us.
He is very, very rude.
Yes, he is. Here, let me help you with this. And, don't worry. We're gonna find out where it was you were trying to go and make sure you get there safe.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Oh, there's a Ralph's about 2 blocks that way. Is that where you were shopping? Maybe we can retrace your steps.
Yeah. Oh, my. Because not only on time, but early for once.
Turning over a new leaf, Professor. I would have been here earlier, but I had to stop to help a lost old man.
Oh, color me impressed, Matthew. Keep it up. So, why are you helping me? I thought you were in some sort of a hurry back there.
It's no trouble. Besides, I've always thought that you should help those in need. I'm sure my professor will understand.
Professor? That's what I used to do for a living.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you used to teach at the City University?
I believe I did. Once upon a time, anyway.
Perfect. That's where I'm headed right now. How about we go there together and see if we can find someone who recognizes you?
Sounds like a fine plan. Let's do it. Chris Stone and Sydney Williams. Strange. It's not like Sydney to miss class. She's never been late before. Does anybody know where she might be?
Yeah, she ditched class today. Yeah, I remember her saying something about having more important things to do. Something like that.
Huh. Well, that's a shame. She's really gonna miss out. Okay, today you will be presenting your projects about the impact that selflessness has on society. The student with the best presentation will not only get extra credit, but they'll have the opportunity to lead a new program that I'm starting here on campus. One designed to spread kindness through positive, selfless acts. Yes, Matthew?
Sorry, Professor, I'm just wondering how being assigned more work is supposed to be a reward? Surely the best presentation should be assigned less work?
Well, allow me to clarify. This is a well-paid position, thanks in part to the generous donations by our esteemed alumni. In addition to a nice paycheck, this is going to look terrific on your resume. It's certain to help the winning student get any job that they want after they graduate. So good luck.
Hi.
Hi. May I help you?
Yes, actually. I found this gentleman wandering around lost. He said that he used to be a professor here, so I was hoping that maybe there was someone who could help identify him and get him home safe.
Well, I don't recognize him, but I'm sure I can find someone who does. Why don't you run off to class and let me take it from here?
This nice lady is going to see to it that you get home safe, okay?
Thank you for all your help. The world needs more people like you.
And that's why kindness and selflessness have carried over throughout the history of our species. So you see, you should always help those in need.
Excellent work, Matthew. Really well done. Thank you guys all for the wonderful presentations. I can tell you all put in a lot of effort, but there can only be one winner, and I think we all know who that is.
Professor, I am so sorry. Someone really, really needed my help, and I could not ignore them.
Sydney, I'm gonna need a little bit more explanation than that.
Okay. Well, I was on my way to class, and I saw an elderly man, and he was wandering around lost, and he was confused, and I was worried that he was gonna get hurt, and nobody else was stopping to help him, so I did.
So you chose to help an old man instead of getting my class on time, risking failing in the process?
Yes, sir, I did. I mean, I knew that I was gonna be late to class if I stopped to help, but I could not leave him there like that, not with how scared and confused he was.
Okay. Well, do you have your presentation ready?
Yes. Well, I must have left it somewhere.
Professor, this is ridiculous. Okay, not only did she make up some story about an imaginary elderly man, but she clearly didn't even prepare for her presentation.
Matt, no, you know that it's true. You were there. And you left me to deal with him by myself.
Now she's just making stuff up.
That's enough. I'm sorry, Sydney, but this is all just a little bit hard to believe if you don't have your presentation. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have...
Excuse me, Professor Thompson. I'm sorry to interrupt, but you have a visitor.
Well,
Dad?
I was gonna cook your favorite dinner tonight, but we were out of onions, so Dad, we've been over this. You know you're not supposed to go out by yourself. I know, but I got lost and then I couldn't remember where I was going but hey, you know, it could have been a lot worse had it not been for this young lady's help over here. Thank you for helping my father, Sydney. I should have known better than to not believe your story. What you did for my father is exactly the essence of this new program that I'm starting.
New program?
You risked failing my class to help a stranger in need, not for personal gain, but because you knew it was right. And for that, I commend you for your selflessness. And with that in mind, I think that I've made my selection.
Well, sir, think about this for a minute, okay? How can you trust someone to do the job well when they chose to be late?
Arriving on time, while important, is not the only thing. What Sydney chose to do is exactly what I'm trying to get all of you guys to do with this assignment, is to help someone in need, even when it doesn't benefit you at all.
But you and the class, you loved my presentation. Surely that deserves the extra credit you mentioned earlier.
And would this presentation happen to end with the line, "So you see, you should always help others in need"?
How did you know that?
Because, sir, that was my essay. I must have left it in Matt's car, and I guess he decided to pass it off as his own.
Matthew, is that true?
I can explain, okay? So
it's you. You were the one called me an old geezer and then drove off, leaving poor Sydney behind. Oh, he did he?
I know this looks bad, but I really need that extra credit.
Well, you should have thought about that before you acted so selfishly. You can forget about that extra credit, or about passing this class for that matter. And now it is my pleasure to award the extra credit and the job to Sydney Williams.
What is the job exactly?
Trust me, you're gonna love it and you'll be great at it.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you, Professor. Are you lost, sweetie?
No, I'm in the right spot. I just moved to this district and my daughter's a new student here.
You have a 5-year-old?
Yep, her name is Tina.
Well, that's unbelievable. You're much too young to have a 5-year-old daughter. What are you, like 18?
Actually, I'm 22.
Huh. How sad. Your poor, poor child. It can't be easy on her.
Excuse me?
Oh, no offense, but you're essentially a baby raising another baby. Who's gonna be her role model? Who's gonna teach her responsibility? I don't know. It sounds like such a nightmare.
Actually...
Okay, everyone. Attention, please. Let's go ahead and take our seats so we can get started, shall we? Before we get started, do any of your children have any special needs that I should be aware about as their teacher?
My daughter was diagnosed with ADHD this summer.
There's a surprise.
Is there a problem, Mrs. Torrance?
Oh, no, there's no problem. I just think it's a shame that Jennifer's daughter has this condition.
It's not a condition.
Then again, maybe if Jennifer had planned her pregnancy instead of getting knocked up in high school, her daughter might have turned out normal.
My daughter is normal, thank you.
I'm sure she is. Besides, there is no connection between ADHD and the age of the mother.
And I have everything under control. She's taking medication and it seems to be helping.
Of course she is.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that it's no surprise that someone as irresponsible as you has her on medication. She is far too young for that. But you go ahead and take the easy way out so you can go out and do your little partying or whatever instead of raising your daughter. It's really a shame that you think a pill can replace proper parenting and support.
That's not what I think at all.
I don't want my child playing with an ADHD kid and picking up bad habits. So, if you can please see to it that they are in separate play groups, I'd appreciate it.
Let's keep it civil, please. ADHD is incredibly common and cannot be spread to your child, Mrs. Torrance. Let's move on, shall we? Allens Creek Elementary encourages parents to be as involved as possible in all aspects of your child's educational experience.
That's important.
As such, we have plenty of opportunities for parents to volunteer at school activities. And as luck would have it, our annual bake sale to raise funds for our library is next week. Please raise your hand if you're able to volunteer.
What's the matter? You're too busy making TikToks to volunteer.
Actually, I have 2 jobs, and sadly, that doesn't leave me much time to volunteer.
Shocker, the party girl has no time for her own child.
No, it's just that I work a lot, and any free time that I do have, I want to spend it with my daughter. I mean, does that make me a bad person or something?
No, it does not.
Can you imagine how tough it's going to be for her child growing up? I mean, there is no real support at home, and her mother is constantly gone. Talk about a nightmare.
We have plenty of resources available to all our parents. If you need information on educational websites, books, community programs, anything that will aid in your child's development, please don't hesitate. I am here to help. Yes, Jennifer.
I was curious where I could learn more about helping a child process grief.
Don't worry about it, sweetie.
Excuse me?
All I'm saying is that no amount of research is going to help your daughter adjust to the horrible situation you already put her in.
And what does that mean?
Okay, let's settle down.
It means that I hope that the father of your child is more grown up and responsible than you are. Otherwise, your daughter is in for a bumpy ride through life.
I am tired of your snide and snarky remarks about my age. Okay, yes, I might be a young mother, but that doesn't mean that my daughter was a mistake or is somehow doomed to a lesser life.
Okay, whatever you need to tell yourself, sweetie.
Don't call me sweetie.
Let's just all calm down a bit, okay?
No, you wanted to know about her father? Fine, I'll tell you. We'd been together since middle school, and it was true love. The kind of love that only comes around once, if you're lucky. But fortunately, we both realized it despite our young age. We got married the night of our high school graduation because we just couldn't wait to spend the rest of our lives together. We were both only children who dreamed of having a big family, and we didn't want to wait. So we planned to have our first daughter while we were young. She was gonna be the first of many.
That is so irresponsible. Teenagers having babies, it's a recipe for a disaster.
Despite what you think of young parents, my husband and I worked hard to make sure that our daughter would be supported and loved. And things were going great. My husband graduated college within 2 years, and he had a job lined up at a big engineering firm.
And then what? He realized he could do better, so he left you?
Actually, no. My husband died in a car wreck last year. And although I absolutely planned on being a young mother, no one plans on being a widow at just 21. When my husband passed, I lost my whole world. Everything I was dreaming of and working for, it all vanished. And I could have laid down and given up. And believe me, I wanted to. But when I looked into my daughter's eyes, I knew I had to be strong for her. I knew I had to find a way to make it through this mess. And not for me, but for her. And still, everywhere I looked in my old town, it reminded me of my husband and what I had lost. I knew I needed to get a fresh start, so I moved my daughter here to a new town with new opportunities and a great college where I could get my degree at night. But apparently I was wrong in thinking that this town was for us.
Wait, please just wait.
Why should I?
Because I have something to say.
I think I've heard enough from you.
I know, I understand, but please just listen. I'm sorry. I was wrong to speak to you the way that I did. The truth of the matter is, I'm self-conscious myself, and I took it out on you.
Self-conscious about what?
Look at me. I am the oldest mother here. And I've been stressed out all week leading up to this meeting, imagining the other mothers would make fun of me. And then you walked in and, well, you were an easy target and a way to deflect. I know. It's horrible. And I'm sorry. I had no right to judge you. It's hard enough being a mother, let alone someone like me making it worse. Can you please accept my apology? Thank you. Will you come back inside and finish up the meeting with us?
I don't know. After the big scene that I just made in there?
No. No one cares. I promise. Just let us help you settle into this new town of yours. And if you're up to it, maybe we can schedule a play date with our kids. That way they'll have each other on their first day of school.
That sounds nice.
Okay, good. Come on.